Hello. So today we're going to be talking about the roles and responsibilities of government. You should have just recently covered why do we study government? What is the purpose of it? You've done research on different types of government and some of their roles and responsibilities. Now we're going to be looking at a little bit more generalized and so you can get some specific notes down so you're prepared for your midterm in a couple of weeks. So title your notes, roles and responsibilities of government. And remember, you should be taking Cornell style notes for this. So first, there are three different essential features of a state that you need to know. So every state, country, nation has to have these three things. Okay, first, you start with population. You have to have people. If you don't have people, there's no way you could have a state. Secondly, you need territory. You got to have somewhere for your people to live. You need land for them to live on. Third is sovereignty. Sovereignty is defined as a state having supreme power within its territorial boundaries. No state has the right to interfere with another state. So when they have the sovereign or supreme power, that means that within their land, within their borders, they are the ultimate or top power. Just want to remind you too that you can pause at any time to finish your notes since this is a video. So we're going to go over 4 main purposes of government. Okay, main responsibilities. So purpose number 1 is to maintain the social order. Now there's several things dealing with that. Okay, so people need order to be provided for them. People are incapable of living without some sort of conflict. There's always going to be conflict. There's always going to be people that disagree with each other. The government is supposed to help maintain the order so that we can work through those conflicts without just resulting to violence or hate. Governments are supposed to provide solutions to problems. Sometimes that's finding a solution to a conflict. Okay, so if we have a problem with another country, our government's supposed to try to provide a solution. They can also use systems like courts to enforce order. Okay, so our local court system or our Supreme Court, which you'll learn more about in a couple of weeks. Governments can force actions that would be normally rejected. Now, how are they going to force these actions? Military service, police force, different bureaus that we have, FBI, IRS, okay? And they do this because there's certain services we have to have that maybe we don't really like, okay? No one wants to pay taxes, but we have to pay taxes, okay? It's just part of having a government in an organized society. Same thing with jury duty. We don't have a choice. It is something that is enforced, and we're expected to participate in that as being a citizen. Purpose number 2, providing public services. So public services are essential services that make community life possible. These services take projects that people usually wouldn't do on their own. An example would be sewer systems. And public services also can provide the service of health and safety. Okay, so like fire departments, police departments, hospitals, the people taking care of the garbage, the sewer systems, our water systems, electricity, things like that. Purpose number 3, providing for national security. So the government is responsible, for protecting people from other states and acts of terrorism. Attacks could come in any form and they need to be prevented. So not only are we supposed to respond as a government to attacks that happen, but we're ultimately supposed to try to prevent them from ever happening in the first place. We have institutions that are created solely for our defense. Okay, so like CIA, FBI, our military. And then governments also handle foreign relations as part of the national security. You want to build up allies with other countries in order to help prevent us from getting in sticky situations abroad. And the last purpose number 4, is making economic decisions. So our government has to make economic decisions because it's just impossible for our country to provide everything a citizen might possibly need. They have to make choices about what's going to benefit the citizens the most. Now, material scarcity can cause a lot of issues in a country as well. So that means that you might have resources that are important. They're just hard to find, they're not readily available, or if you use it too much, you're going to run out. Okay, so like lumber, water, things like that. They also control foreign economic relations, which means trade. The government is responsible for trading goods with other countries. Governments can control anything from the local trade to the international trade. So once you are done with your notes, make sure you go back to the classwork page of Google Classroom and answer the quick write. So the quick write, you're responding to the prompt, what are the 3 most important things a government should provide for the people, and explain why. An example would be safety.